Okay, so for this chicken pakora recipe, you need cumin powder. You need a little bit of coriander powder or dhania powder. You need chaat masala. You can use the one at home or you can get anyone from outside. You need some yogurt. You need red chili powder. You need turmeric, salt, red chili flakes. You need basin. And this is imli paste or tamarind paste. This is optional. You can use it if you like. If you don't have it made, you can skip this. And at the end, for frying, shallow frying, you need oil. You can use coconut oil for weight loss if you like, or olive oil, but I'm just going to use this normal vegetable oil. Whatever you like, that's optional. Okay, so we're gonna start by putting some salt. What we have here, we have chicken pieces. Okay, small boneless chicken pieces I took, but you can take drumsticks, you can take small pieces of chicken, you can take any chicken that you want. This is going to be a chicken snack. So this recipe, I'm actually going to be teaching you how to make it without any specific proportion. I'm just going to tell you the ingredients. So I cook with approximation, and I'm going to teach you how you can do that without having to remember any of the measurements. Okay, so we're going to be, for the new chefs and for the beginners, I'm going to tell you a safe proportion, so you could just use that and then adjust the spices according to your taste. So this, I took boneless chicken, and I'm going to tell you how you can make food for yourself and the kids at the same time. It's just 1 or 2 spices that you need to take out. So let's start. We're going to add some salt. This is approximately 1 kg of chicken or 3 chicken breasts, yeah. So I put approximately, you can put 1 teaspoon of salt. So that was salt. This is turmeric. I'm going to put, you can put half teaspoon of turmeric. So I put like that. Half teaspoon you can use. And then you are going to use half teaspoon of cumin powder. Now the cumin powder, the coriander powder. Coriander powder is very safe. Just put half teaspoon. But even if you put 1 teaspoon, this is a safe herb or spice, and it will not make it taste bad at all. So just use a half teaspoon for now. Then I'm going to add cumin powder. So again, you use half teaspoon. I'm going to show you that, just half teaspoon of cumin ground. Now I'm going to add yogurt. So let's say it's about 4 tablespoons, 3 to 4 tablespoons. Just use approximation. You need to coat it, and when it's going to cook, it's all going to disappear. So it's just going to be taste. So yogurt is a safe ingredient. Now I'm adding some tamarind paste. I made that at home. That's called imli in Urdu. Or if you see the grocery stores, that's what you do. I'm just going to put 2 to 1 tablespoon. You can totally avoid it for those people who don't like sour things and they get sick with sour things. You don't need to put it. Okay. Now I'm going to add half a cup of basin or chickpea flour. This is very healthy, even for weight loss. All of this is proteins. So you can eat this as much as you want and you will never gain weight. Instead, you might lose weight because of the healthy ingredients inside your body. Now, at this point, I'm going to try and mix all of this stuff. Just know that we did not put any of the spices yet. I'm just going to mix it so you can see the consistency. All of the chicken pieces are nicely coated, and I cut the chicken pieces into really small, so we don't need to wait for the marination. You just have that mixed and ready to cook, and it will taste super amazing. And now, while everything's mixed, I'm going to put approximately half a teaspoon of chaat masala. That is a seasoning mix for tangy spices. If you like to add that, you can have it. It's going to give it a very nice taste. So see how I did not add a lot of basin or gram flour? If you by mistake add a lot of it and it becomes too clumpy or thick, just add half a teaspoon of yogurt to match the consistency. That's not going to, but you don't want to put too much of the yogurt and basin, because then you will lose the taste of all the spices that are there. Now at this point, I'm going to take out this much in a separate container for kids, okay? And then we're going to add some red chilies so the kids can enjoy the same food as us, but they don't have to suffer from the chili spicy flavor that they don't really like or are not used to at the age of 2 or 3 years. See, I mixed the chicken pieces in the pan, and I took another pan and I'm going to put that little bit for the kids' food in another pan, so you're not wasting too many pans, and at the same time it's ready side by side. So now we have this ready for the kids' food, and our big material for the grown-ups is right here. And now what you're going to do in this, you're going to add your red chili flakes. Okay, again, half a teaspoon if you're a big fan of chilies, or you could cut it down even to less. This is red chili powder. I putting approximately 1 tablespoon. You can literally have a 1/4 teaspoon if you don't like spices that much. And I'm just mixing it because it's ready to be on the stove now. There. So it's nicely mixed and it's ready to cook. Now we put the pans on the stove and add some oil. So this one I'm going to put approximately 4 tablespoons of oil. And for the kids, 2 tablespoons should be good. This oil is not going to harm that much because, there you go. That's it. So, and we're just going to turn on the heat now and get ready to cook it. Now when the heat is on, we are just going to stir it so the oil is nicely mixed and it doesn't just sit on the top, okay? And we're going to now cook it. We're going to cover it on, once the pan is hot, on a medium heat. We're going to cover it and we're going to cook it. If it's too high, then, and I'll show you at the same time. For the kids, it's cooking as well. Just mix it. And because the pieces of the chicken were so small, they don't need a long time to cook, but we're going to still do it on low flame so it doesn't get burnt from the bottom. Let's just cover it, and the heat has to be low. So the yogurt's going to just leave out some water, and then the chicken is going to cook on it, okay? So this, both of them, I cooked together, there. Now after 2 minutes of the chicken being cooked on low heat, covered, I'm going to take off the cover, and it looks like this, okay? So you can see it is even on low heat because of the corn, chickpea flour. It's getting stuck on the bottom a little bit, okay? You don't need to be afraid of it. At this time, we're going to add a little bit of yogurt because that's going to make it a really nice. So I would say 2 tablespoons of yogurt in both of them. So even for the kids, let me show you. It's like this, okay? This is actually pretty cooked. So maybe I don't even need to, look, it's already breaking. Look, you can already see it breaking. There. You don't, so it's already cooked pretty much. But I like to change the color of it a bit. So for the kids, I'm just going to add 3 tablespoons of oil. And for the grown-ups, I'm going to use same, 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. Because in this recipe, the oil is not going to be, there's no gravy. So there's always going to be oil that you can filter out. And I'm just going to mix it. Okay, the chicken is pretty much cooked. I just want it really nicely fried for a dark brown flavor. There you go, okay? And I'm just going to cover it. So this is going to be covered. And for the kids, the reason why I showed you how we can make the kids' food at the same time is because I hear a lot of, I'm just going to turn that fan off. A lot of people say, oh, how come we have to make separate food for kids? We don't have time. Well, you don't have to make separate food for them. Just use a separate pan and take out the spice that bothers them. So they can be used to the table food as well. And they like it. And just cover it. So this is ready. Now probably another, I'm going to keep showing you this. There. So you can actually listen to the sizzle. And there you go. Don't worry about the pan because you just dip it in water or just put vinegar and baking soda in it. Leave it for 10 minutes and it's really going to, all the burnt part is going to come out of it when you just scratch it with the sponge. So there you go. And cover it and good for cooking for another 5 minutes. And we're almost going to be done. Okay, so for the grown-up food, after about 5 minutes of cooking on a super low flame, this is what it looks like from inside. And the flame you can see is right here. It's very, very low. At this time, I'm going to even reduce it lower because this chicken is cooked and we don't want the gravy to burn. This is actually pretty cooked. Here. There, okay, so we're just going to mix it. And on low flame, maybe like for another 5 minutes. And this is ready. And our kids' food on this low flame, it took about 10 minutes. You can keep sizzling. I'm going to turn off the heat. And this is super ready to eat. There you go. This is ready. Now, the pan is not burnt. I keep saying that again. I take in consideration the health factor. So I don't cook with a lot of oil. So this is ready. I'm just going to take it out. You can use a lot of oil. You can use non-stick pans. These are steel. That's why they're getting stuck. But you can use non-cook pans. And you can use a lot of more oil. I just don't like to have that much oil in my food. The kids' food is ready. I put it in a small plate. It tastes super delicious. I just tasted it. The salt and everything is just perfect. And it's very tender. So it is like a little gravy. You can eat it with pita bread, rice, or whatever your kids like to eat it with. Or just even with fork. And if your kids don't like chicken, trust me, they're going to love meat once they try this recipe. And our grown-ups meal. Now this, I mixed it. And let's see what is happening here. Let me try it and see how it tastes like. So this is cooked. The chickpea flour is cooked. All of this is gravy. So I'm gonna try. This tastes super amazing. I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to do quarter cup of water. I'm going to, because it's ready and I want this to sizzle now. Okay, just a little bit of water, quarter cup, and I'm going to turn the flame up to a medium high because you don't want that burned. And I'm going to mix it because I like to keep a little bit of gravy, so you can put it in pita breads, you can enjoy it with salads, you can eat it with rice. If you don't want a little bit of gravy, well, you can just deep fry the small pieces of chicken that I showed you before, and you could just have the chicken popcorn that you will love totally. Okay, it takes longer when you're using less oil. So just gonna cook it, cover it because you start to see it boiling. I'm gonna cover it for another 3 minutes and then it will be ready to eat. Okay, so this has been cooking for approximately 4 minutes on a low to medium flame. I'm going to lift up the cover. Okay, it's super duper cooked, and there you go. You can see the gravy. When you see a little bit of oil on top, that means it's ready. The gravy and everything is homogeneous. It's mixed together. It's cooked together. So you will have just one perfect taste. And this, I tasted it. I'm going to... This tastes so good. I was actually going to boil rice, but I cannot wait because this is so delicious. And I'm going to eat it on a burger. See, the flame is actually off now, and it's just sizzling. You see light orange oil on top? That means the gravy is together, and the oil is on the side now. It can serve up to 2 people. If you have a good eater at home, that one person can eat it all by themselves. I don't mind sharing this with one small kid. But you can eat a lot of this. The whole point of putting this recipe up is for all the people who love to diet, but they think that starvation is the only key to getting slimmer and fit. No, that's wrong. You just have to eat a lot of food, but good choices in cooking and eating what you eat. On a separate pan, I just toasted 2 burgers. That's it. And they're whole wheat and ready to eat. I poured out the food in a bowl, and I'm just going to garnish it with some chili flakes. You can tell I'm a big chili fan. Chilies do help you increase your metabolism if you don't have any other issues with chilies. So they're a really good addition to your food, green chilies or the other ones. Cayenne pepper is a super fast fat burner spice. Okay, and this is our burger ready to be eaten. And our kids' food is ready. These little toys can't wait to get into the food. And this is our food ready. I hope you love the recipe. I will feel super bad for you if you don't try this recipe, because this is so super delicious. You will forget every single restaurant if you try this. Good luck. Enjoy your meal.